Good evening. Thank you all for taking the time to watch this video that I have for you today. This is just a quick open house review. If you were planning on coming to the open house this week, this right here is kind of everything that I would be going over if you decided to come in person. But if you would like to stay home and save time, this video should help you do that. So let me start off. This is for English 4, and I am Mr. Piontek. I will be your student's English teacher this year. There you can see my email address for you. Just a quick notes about me. This is my 17th year teaching. It is my 13th year at LHS, and I have a master's in English and a master's in educational technology. The course for English 4 can really be broken up into two main semesters. And in semester 1, we're going to be focusing mostly on nonfiction. Students will begin by reading memoir of their choosing. They will read a nonfiction book later in the semester of their choosing. They will focus on argumentation. They will focus on creative nonfiction, and just generally everything that falls under that umbrella. Second semester, your students will select, along with the teacher, a specific literary genre to study. That could be perhaps they're studying true crime, it could be monster literature, it could be science fiction. So the students will vote and select with the teacher what that realm of study is for the spring. The grading for the course is very simple. There's two categories. There's summative and there's formative. Performance and learning grades. Summative is going to make up 90%. These are going to be the assignments such as tests, papers, projects, the big things. Formative are the small things, the in-class work, the practice, homework. That factors in as 10% of their overall grade, and that is how their grade is determined for the semester. Work policy is a very important part of the course. Students must make an attempt on all major assessments in order to pass the semester. Missing assessments will be entered in as a 0 until it is turned in. If your student does not turn in the assignment when it is due, if they have not even asked for an extension, obviously, I will contact you, but the student will arrange a meeting within 2 weeks of the original due date to establish a new deadline for the missing assessment and to discuss progress so we can figure out what exactly do we need so that they are successful, what exactly is needed so that they can get the work in. If a student does not turn in the missing assessment by the new deadline established between the teacher and the student, the score will remain a 0. So again, they need to make sure that they are doing these major assessments. They are not optional. Don't worry, I keep parents in the loop when it comes to this, and so you will be fully informed if this is happening with your student. One of the things, though, that is a incentive for students to get their work in on time is the revision policy. Students may revise all major assessments. All major components of the assessment must be attempted, but if they do so, then they can revise if they're unsatisfied. Students will have 2 weeks from when the assignments are returned to conference with me, and then from there we'll come up with a due date for the revision to be turned in. The student must have completed all their learning grades, must have completed all their practice, all their homework in order to revise the assessment. And the assessment had to be originally completed on time. It needed to be done by the original due date, or if the student asked for an extension, by the original extension date. My expectations for the students are pretty straightforward. I don't try to bog them down with many rules, arriving, preparing on time, not being tardy, being respectful of others, presenting themselves in a positive manner, taking responsibility, and then just the catch-all of following the guidelines established by the student handbook. For the last couple of years, actually longer than that, close to a decade now, there has been an academic misconduct policy for the students established by the English department. Every year we go over this with the students. We explain to them what academic misconduct, what plagiarism and cheating is. If major assessments are caught, if they turned out to be plagiarized or cheating, students will have to resubmit the assignment in order to receive credit for it. They don't simply get out of doing it. They must redo it in order to receive the credit. One of the things is, as well as the honor code, your students had that assigned to them for you and they to examine together and to digitally sign and turn in to me. So talk to your students about that honor code if they haven't brought it up to you already. And lastly, I have attached the syllabus to this document. You can just click here and it will take you to the syllabus for the course. I've also attached it to the email. I hope if you have any questions, you may feel free to reach out. Email is one of the best ways to get a hold of me, and I can answer any of your questions that way. So thank you all very much for taking the time to watch this video, and have a wonderful evening.